Welcome back. A tentative deal has been reached affecting 120,000 federal workers who have been on strike. However, workers at Canada Revenue Agency on strike are still off the job as the deadline for filing personal taxes approaches today. Joining us for more is Bloomberg's Randy Thanthong-Knight. Randy, what are the key things in the agreement that has been reached with those workers who have settled by way of their union?
Yes, so for Treasury Board employees, they managed to get a deal for wage increase of 12% over a contract period from 2021 to 2024. Originally, they were asking or hoping for 13.5%, and the government sort of negotiated 9%, but they seemed to agree on 12% over that period. And you mentioned the CRA employees, they're currently still on strike and the negotiations are still ongoing. And for that one, they're looking for 20.5% over 3 years plus 9% immediate adjustment.
With the wage increase package here, which we understand to be 12% over 4 years, would it affect other negotiations? Might it affect, for instance, the ongoing negotiations with the CRA workers?
Yes, especially for public sector workers, because we know that for public service employees and federal workers in particular, the rate of unionization is high compared to private sectors. So they would have more weight, more negotiating power when doing collective bargaining, but for private sectors, maybe less so. But one interesting thing to note is that over the past years, if you look back at some of the data, private sectors workers appear to be gaining ground in terms of wage increases, more so than public sector workers.
What about the remote work arrangements? That was an interesting facet of this dispute. The government wants workers in the office at least 2 or 3 times a day, or wanted, and the union wanted basically employees to make up their minds as to be able to decide when they're coming into the office and have the option of staying home 5 days a week. What do we know about that part of the dispute?
Yes, so originally the union wanted a language to be enshrined into the collective agreement that sort of guarantee the right to remote work. Of course, that right, the employer said that it's depending on the employer to decide the work arrangement, and so they didn't want to give that away. And I think a lot of other employers, a lot of companies, a lot of businesses in Canada are watching for that, and it turns out that they did not agree on a blanket sort of arrangement for all workers. So in the agreement that we see today, the government agreed to put in a language into the agreement that it would now requires that workers ask their managers for remote work arrangements, and managers will then have to approve that. But that will be done on a case-by-case basis and not a blanket arrangement for everybody in the group, in the department.